Hello students, myself Miss Rachna Jain, Associate Professor, Department of English, Government PG College, Rajgarh, Alwar. Today in this video lecture, I am going to explain you the descriptive question, the critical appreciation of the poem The Marriage of True Minds. This poem is in the syllabus of BA Part 1, Paper First, English Literature, Unit A. This is my fourth video lecture on this poem. This question is very important for the coming examination. The points to be discussed in this question are introduction to the poet William Shakespeare, about the poem, the marriage of true minds, theme of the poem, form of the sonnet, uses of metaphors, and conclusion. The first point is introduction to the poet. Shakespeare, the great dramatist of English Elizabethan age, is equally great as a poet and a sonneteer. He was born on 23rd April 1564 on Stratford-on-Avon and died in 1616. Shakespeare wrote 154 sonnets in all. Out of these sonnets, 126 are addressed to a young man whom Shakespeare calls W.H., and 28 sonnets are addressed to a dark lady. Second point is about the poem, The Marriage of True Minds. The present sonnet, The Marriage of True Minds, deals with the theme of love. According to Shakespeare, true love is steadfast and permanent. It does not change with the force and it does not bend accordingly. It is timeless and permanent. It is immortal and fixed. The next point is theme of the poem. The sonnet deals with the meaning, nature, and scope of true love. Shakespeare begins the sonnet with an emphatic observation. Obstacles and problems cannot stop the true lovers from each other. He says that no set of circumstances can change the feeling of love because true love does not depend upon them. It cannot be criticized by any force, otherwise the very meaning of true love will be changed. It is actually a permanent mark in the ocean of life which shows a way to man who lost his direction in life. The love is not called true love, which changes when the lover finds change in the beauty of his beloved with the passing of the time, or which is removed due to any pressure, or which is bent down from its ideal. Poet says that just as a pole star shows the way to the ships that have lost their directions in the sea, similarly, love helps a man who is confused. Just as a pole star watches the storms in the sea, but it does not move from its place, in the same way, There may be many obstacles or disturbances in the way of true love. Love watches them, but it never changes. Finally, the poet compares true love with the polestar and says, "It is ever fixed mark that looks on tempest, and he is never shaken, whose worth unknown, although his height can be taken." In the third stanza, Shakespeare shows the difference between mere physical love and true love, and he declares, "Love's not time's fool, though rosy lips and cheeks within his bending sickle's compass come." The poet means to say that physical love is affected by time, but its charm disappears soon. But true love is not affected by time. Even it remains the same till the doomsday. In the concluding couplet, Shakespeare represents his poetic gift and says that if this statement about true love is wrong, then he should never be regarded as a poet. The couplet is very much emphatic. Thus, the sonnet presents the whole idea in a systematic way and leaves a deep impact upon its readers. Form of the sonnet. The sonnet discusses one of the major themes of the Elizabethan sonnet, the theme of love. There was a long tradition in English, and the sonnet became popular in the Renaissance era. The poet imitated Petrarchan and its rhyme scheme, but Shakespeare introduced a new pattern. Whereas the Petrarchan sonnet is divided into two parts, octave of 8 lines and the sestet of 6 lines. In the same way, Shakespeare divided his sonnet into 3 quatrains of 4 lines each and a couplet of 2 lines in the end. The rhyme scheme of the sonnet is AB AB, CD CD, EF EF, and in the couplet G G. Use of metaphors. In this sonnet, The Marriage of True Minds, the poet says that love is timeless, eternal, and permanent. This idea is presented through metaphor, where true love is compared with the pole star, which is fixed and permanent. Shakespeare says, "It is an ever fixed mark that looks on tempest and is never shaken." Then true love is compared to a lighthouse, which shows the path to the wandering bark. The beauty of the beloved is compared with the crops. Shakespeare has also used personification when he compares time with the reaper. Thus we can say that Shakespeare's language is highly metaphorical. Last point is conclusion. In this sonnet, Shakespeare describes the immortality of love. True love is fixed and constant. The language of the poem is very easy and simple. The words which are used in this poem are very appropriate to describe the feeling and nature of true love. The comparison between the pole star and true love makes the poem very attractive, charming, and appealing. So students, this was the descriptive question which is very important for the coming examination. Thank you for listening to my presentation. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.